Welcome to Don't Overspill.
I'm Madyson.
I'm Haeleigh.
And we're here to spill all the tea.
Shh. So the theme of today's episode is throwbacks. So we're going to be sharing some of our worst and best
memories,
nightmares, whatever you want to call them. Let's get into it. All right. So we're going to start.
What's first?
Tell us about your worst hangover. I'm going to let you take the floor first.
Of course you are. I mean, I have to think about it. I really have to. Honestly, my worst hangover was recently. People don't believe me when I say this, but I've never thrown up from drinking. Never. I've dry heaved a few times here and there, but I've never thrown up from drinking.
I always do.
No,
every time.
I don't understand, but I just felt like my body just couldn't do it at that point, and I'm like, because I drank. It's not like I just took a few sips here and there. No, I black out, and I still managed to not throw up. And then I turned 25. 25 has really done my body dirty. I threw up for the first time on my 25th birthday. The hangover was pretty rough. Let me tell you about the hangover. I broke my phone on my 25th birthday. So then I had to wake up, drive to the Verizon store, and I'm literally sitting there talking to the Verizon man, and I'm like, listen, sir, we need to hurry this process up because I'm going to throw up in your chair any second. I was hallucinating. I was seeing double. I was sweating.
That's the worst when all you can think about is not throwing up.
Yeah.
But
just thinking about all the alcohol I drank that night. I was like, oh my God. He was throwing numbers out. I'm like, shut up.
Just give me a phone. Just give me a phone.
Literally, just give me the phone. Let's hurry it up. I literally said to him, I was like, listen, I'm very hungover. If you can't tell by the broken phone, let's get this going. So that was pretty bad, but I threw up and that was it. Once, one and done. I went on about my day, but I was pretty bad, but I wasn't dying. Recently, I went to a party and I drank a lot. It was an open bar, and I threw up all night. I threw up at 10 p.m., and then I didn't stop until about 12:30 a.m., and then I just sat in my bed and just stared at the ceiling for hours. I didn't sleep at all because I was so sick and nauseous. And then I went downstairs at 5 a.m. I threw up again. And then, that whole day I was just miserable. I couldn't eat. I couldn't drink. It took me an hour. And I'm not even over-exaggerating. I tried to eat an applesauce. Took me about 45 minutes to an hour. Couldn't even finish it. Water, threw it right up. Anything. I couldn't do anything. I tried to take a bath. That was just such a bad hangover because I was so miserable. Mm-hmm. And I love to eat. Usually when I'm hungover, I just eat all day because I just need to I feel better. Mm-hmm. But this was the type of hangover that I just couldn't even do anything. I couldn't function. I didn't sleep. I was so tired. I was hungry, but I couldn't eat. I was thirsty, but I couldn't drink. It was just
You're just praying to God it'll end soon.
Literally. I was let me just fall asleep so I could just be the next day already.
Yeah, that's the best, when you finally fall asleep, when you're hungover. Versus when you're over the toilet, you're like, hey, God, it's me again. Please take away the pain.
I literally was literally just sitting on my bathroom floor talking to the walls. I'm like,
have you ever laid on the bathroom floor, being nauseous? Oh, you don't throw up, but as an avid thrower-upper from drinking, I love laying on the bathroom floor, the cold tile, just laying there. It makes you feel so much better until you have to get up and puke again within the next 10 minutes. But in the meantime, it's much better than going back to your bed because then I'm up again in the next 10 minutes.
Oh yeah,
back in the bathroom. So
yeah, but major props to all of you people who can puke and rally because I can't even imagine. I needed a whole 24 hours to recover.
I did one time I puke and rallied, and it was my 21st birthday. And it wasn't even I was sick from drinking. I had one shot of Malibu, and it just didn't agree with me. I threw up, and that was it. I kept going.
Who drinks Malibu?
I was, disgusted. I used to drink Malibu straight out of the bottle in college. That's That'll lead into one of our other stories, but for now.
Yeah. Okay, what's your worst hangover?
This one, that's the thing. I get hungover a lot. Like when I drink, I'm 9 times out of 10 I'm hungover. But this one, it's up here. So I was in Miami.
First mistake.
That was my first mistake, yeah. 2 summers ago. And it was the night after this was the worst night we drank. Like we all got obliterated, disgusting, ended up going to like back and forth to a couple bars. I almost bought a stripper. Keep the story short, she ended up being really cool and bought us tequila shots after. I tried to like physically assault her, but like it's fine. So, yeah, that's a story for another time. But so we were drinking. We went to a bar first and like they closed at 2. So we were like, we don't want to go home. Like, let's go somewhere else. So we went to the place that was open till 4. Again, all of this is just one long mistake.
One
long blur. I was drinking Long Island iced teas, vodka lemonades, strawberry daiquiris. I had a spicy margarita, and then I had the tequila shots that the girls bought us.
Ew, Haeleigh.
I've never mixed so many different alcohols in my entire life. And we were up so late. My sister was puking that night. So I thought I was fine. And then 10 o'clock in the morning, 10:30 maybe rolls around, and Jake, my boyfriend, is shaking me, like awake, like aggressively. And he's like, come on, we have the jet skis.
Oh.
We booked $100 per person, non-refundable jet ski experience. And my ass was so hungover. I wanted to die. We tried to get breakfast first. I took us to like the wrong breakfast place, and it wasn't even like a breakfast place. It was like a stupid little cafe that had nothing. We get to the jet ski place.
I would drown myself.
I was this close to swimming with the alligators, okay? Like, that's how close I got. We get to the jet ski place. It is 103 degrees. Like, it was the hottest day in Miami. We're already, like, running late as it is. And the guy is like, oh, okay, well, there's people on the jet skis. Like, it's going to be about a half hour.
Oh, no.
I'm like, what? Like, we had a scheduled time. What do you mean? Like, they were like, we're backed up from the beginning of the day. So I'm like, okay, now we're here even longer. So we're sitting in the sweating hot sun waiting, and the guy comes over and he's like, did you guys take your tests yet? And I'm looking around at like my friends, Jake, him. I'm like, test? He's like, yeah, you have to pass a jet ski exam before we let you go into the water. I'm sorry. What? So Jake didn't have to take it because he's 25, and I guess when you turn 25, that's like all boater knowledge comes to you, so he didn't have to take it.
You're officially smarter.
I guess. I mean, I don't get it. And then my other friend had a boating license in the state of Florida, so she was fine. So it was me, my sister, and our friend Sam. We had to all take the jet ski test, and you had to pay to take it. So I'm hungover, trying not to throw up, in the heat. I failed the first time, and then I started arguing with the guy. I was like, I'm not paying another $3 for this. And we were like, okay, like, at this point, we just want a refund because we were so over it. I was so hungover. And the woman's like, oh, we don't do refunds. And my sister's like never gets nasty with people. She's never one to like confront people. And my sister was like, oh, of course you don't do refunds. Like getting so nasty with the woman. And then finally the guy like helped us, took the test. We all passed. Went on the jet ski. I thought everything was fine. As soon as we got off, I ran right into the bushes and puked all the colors of the wind, like profusely for 5 minutes. And then when the Uber came, I thought I was fine. As I was about to get into the Uber, I felt it, and I like ran right back to the bush and threw up.
That poor bush.
Yeah, no, I did some damage on that bush. But I didn't puke on the jet skis, so I think I deserve a round of applause for that.
Yeah, I can't reach the...
We need to make that more accessible, yeah. But yeah,
that was impossible. That was a stretch.
If I had been breathalyzed too, I don't think I would have been allowed on the jet ski because I'm like 90.
Definitely
I still
not.
woke up drunk. Jake didn't sleep. He was up the whole night. None of us would have been able to drive a jet ski. So yeah.
I should have tested that before your stupid whatever test. What did they even ask you? Like, how fast can you go?
No, it's like how far apart do you need to be from a boat oncoming? Like just a bunch of like some weather questions, I guess, if like you end up, being involved in a storm or something. It was so stupid. driver's ed was easier than that.
Not for me. I
like,
failed
actually.
multiple times.
Yeah. If you're going to go out and get, like, obliterated, make sure you don't have, like, a very expensive
excursion
the next day that is non-refundable. And apparently we agreed to take the exam in the very, 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 very small print they put at the end.
You have to read the fine print.
Even
they
if
always
it's this
get
big.
you. They always get you.
Every time. Because that's what we said. We were like, can we put the money towards, like, we'll go parasailing at this point. She's like, oh, it's a 2-hour wait for parasailing. I was like, this isn't it.
I went jet skiing in the Bahamas once, but I was like, I was 17. And like, I think I paid for like, I either paid for an hour or a half hour, and it literally was like 5 minutes, and they were like, okay, come back in.
I think they jip you.
I think they jip you
because you don't have a clock. Yeah.
You have no way of knowing. And I don't have fun on jet skis. I don't like jet skis. I just did it to do it. So it's not like, time was flying by. No, I was miserable, but it still flew by.
Yeah.
So I was like, that was definitely not what we paid for. But again, we have no way of knowing. I mean, I wasn't complaining because I wanted to get the hell out of there. I hate the water. I hate it. I literally was in another time in the Bahamas. I was like literally like this deep into water. Like literally my toes were in the water. That's it. And then all of a sudden, I'm literally highly intoxicated at this point, and I feel something on my foot, and I'm like, what the hell? But like, I didn't think anything of it. I get out of the water, my foot there's like 4 holes in my ankle, like little tiny holes that are bleeding, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I stepped on a sea urchin.
Oh, no.
I stepped on a sea urchin, so now I'm blacked out.
Oh, God.
And now everyone's like surrounding me, and I'm gushing blood, and I literally was on like a trip. I don't know. I can't even tell you what it was. It was with a bunch of high schoolers from different towns in New Jersey. I don't know what it was. But basically, the counselor told me to pee on my foot. So
that's a jellyfish.
Exactly. I had to pee on my foot. I had to put mustard on my foot. I had to put vinegar on my foot. I think at this point, they just wanted me to smell like shit. So, because nothing was working. And then I went to Atlantis, and it like got so swollen. And then I had to go to like the doctor in Atlantis, like whatever, like the little nurse that they have there. She told me I had to get my foot amputated. So now I'm crying in the middle of the Bahamas as a 17-year-old, not with my family, that I had to get my foot amputated.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So as soon as I landed back in New Jersey, I went to the doctor, and they were like, "Well, you can't, like, you don't have to get your foot amputated, obviously. Like, I got it still, but." She was like, there is poison inside your foot. So I had to take like these capsules, and it was just like a whole thing. But I hate the water. That's the bottom line.
If that happened to me, I would too at that point.
Because I wasn't even my feet were in the water. I hate it. There's sharks, there's alligators, there's monsters, there's everything in the water. I hate the water.
I saw a stingray in Miami.
Yeah.
I screamed shark because I thought it was a shark. So I started flailing my arms. I was like, shark, shark. And my sister was like, it's a stingray. And I was like, doesn't matter, same thing. The stingray killed Steve Irwin.
How does a stingray look like a shark?
The top, like, it was just gray. I saw just like a gray fin, and I lost it, understandably.
Mm-hmm. Don't ever go to the water with Haeleigh either.
No, please don't. Please don't.
Yeah, no. I'm not a water gal. No.
I'll go in a pool.
A pool?
Yeah.
But like if it's green, I don't care if it's crystal blue. I don't want to be in it. I'm going to be because I'm literally going on a cruise in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. But am I going to be like la-di-da-la the whole time? No, I'm going to be cautious. And like I can never...
Like looking around. Like
literally, I need shoes. I need everything. I don't know how people... I can't do scuba diving. Like, ugh.
I did snorkeling when I went to Bermuda.
No, I can't.
It was interesting.
Like, what if you actually see a shark? Like, what do you do? What do? You just sit there and just let it come attack you?
See, I think they don't let you, like, do it in areas where, like, sharks are.
Yeah, but how do they know?
I mean, yeah, there's no real way of it. Like, God forbid. But.
Like, obviously they're not going to keep doing it if it's, like, dangerous.
Right.
But there is that 1 in a million chance that something can happen. And I don't want to be that 1%.
Well, like, look at what happened in Disney, the little boy that got drowned by the alligator.
Yeah.
That's the first time that's ever happened there. And the thing wasn't gated off ever. Now there's a big, like, fenced-in area. But that's, like, the little boy went in the water for not even 2 seconds. And
yeah, and lost his life.
There you go. Scary.
That story gives me the chills.
You want to know why it gives me the chills? Because that's the hotel me and my family always stay at. So when my mom heard that story, my mom had flashbacks of me and my sister as little girls, like, running on that beach. And she was like, thank God I always kept an eye on you guys, because that's the thing. Where are his parents?
The parents were there. The parents were trying to
They
get
were
him.
at the bar, apparently.
Oh, I thought the dad was trying to get...
They saw him going into the water, but they were at the pool bar. So the way it is like there's a normal pool and then there's a beach pool. So there's the little beach area, and then the pool is right here with the full bar. So they probably thought they had an eye on him, but, you know, they probably couldn't get to him in time.
Yeah, that's true.
That's scary.
I don't know. That's scary. I can't even think about it.
Can't imagine. But, yeah, they sued Disney and won, I'm pretty sure. Oh, Disney settled because, you know, at that point.
There's no point.
There's no point.
You lost your child.
Yeah.
No money could ever make up for that.
No. Well, they tried to say, like, it should have been fenced off, but it's like, okay, in their defense, A, there is a sign that says no swimming. There are alligators and snakes in the water. And 2, he's 3 years old. You should be by his side at all times. You know?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I would never let even if I can see him, even if my 3-year-old was in the other, you know, like.
If I see a sign that says alligators, my family and I are not stepping near that area.
Think about all the things that can happen in 2 seconds if you leave the room.
Oh, yeah. It's terrifying.
It's so terrifying. That's why I'm baby-proofing my entire house.
I'm not going anywhere with my child.
I'm not going in public.
I'm not going on vacation with my child, first of all, because I'm drinking 24/7.
Yes.
That's not a vacation. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
Like we'll do the occasional things for the kids, but like if we're going to like the Bahamas, the kids are staying home.
Yeah.
Sorry. There's nothing to do for them there. Like what who cares? No.
It's just like my family, like we did like Hershey Park. Like that was our, you know.
We did Disney and I still don't want to take my kids to Disney, so.
I don't know.
Do I even want to have kids now? Like, think about it. I want nothing to do with them.
It's a beautiful miracle. All right, what's the next question?
Now we're going to talk about, tell us about a time you've been in a fight. So it could be verbal or physical.
I love this story.
I'm excited for this. I don't know if I've heard this. Have I heard this?
You
story?
might have.
Okay.
So it was New Year's Eve. I never been into a fight. I'm not one to fight, you know, talk shit. Like I'm just like I'm like all talk. I am. I'm not gonna say I'm not. But if you piss me off, then maybe. But like, not really. So New Year's Eve, I'm in Atlantic City with my sister and all of our friends, and we had like a VIP section. And we literally, like, we're all drinking, you know, it's right before the ball drops, probably around, like, 11 o'clock. So, like, we're pretty intoxicated at this point. So, I don't remember. I think Stevie was, like, a girl was trying to get into the VIP section. So Stevie was, like, you know, like, get out. And then my sister saw Stevie and the girl going back and forth, so my sister got involved. And then all of a sudden, my sister said that the girl shoved her. And then all of a sudden, I turn around and I see my sister and this girl going at it. I don't know what it means when people say I saw black, or I saw black.
Yeah.
Like seeing my sister get into a fight, I literally saw black. So my sister literally knocked her to the ground. I literally stomped over there. I took her by her hair, went like this, picked her up, and I threw her. It was like literally the best feeling in the entire world.
You guys tag teamed her.
Literally tag team. That's still a story we talk about to this day because it was the best feeling ever. The bouncer saw everything and kicked the girl out, and we were chilling still.
That's
and
funny.
We had a great midnight. But yeah, don't mess with the twins.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a bond right there.
I literally saw black. Like, I literally, like, ow. Don't remember. I don't remember, like, anything. I just remember seeing, like, them, like, going at it, and I just was, like, defensive mode.
So yeah, my sister, love her and all, but if she saw me fighting, I think she'd pretend she didn't know who I was. No, I'm not even kidding.
She would.
She 100% would. Like when I almost fought the stripper in Miami, like the only reason we did not end up fighting was because my sister and the girl's friend ended up talking and like worked it out. And the girl's friend was like, oh, she does this a lot. Like that's how they became friends. The girl started with her. And then they were friends. So I was like, oh, it makes sense now that she's buying us all tequila shots. Yeah. So, but yeah, my sister was like the peacemaker of the whole thing. I was sitting there like, I'm ready to kill her.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's different. Like if I see, like right now, I'll be like, oh yeah, if my sister was ever in a fight, like I don't even know what I would do. But no, like once you see it, it's like,
yeah,
game
that's
over.
true.
Game over.
See, that one was a verbal argument. I didn't end up physically fighting her, but I was that close. But I'll admit right here, she would have washed my ass. Like, literally wiped the floor with me and flung me around like
a chew toy.
Like a chew toy, yeah. So there's this thing in your head that tells you, like, pick your battles. That was not on at the time. I was drunk, A, and B, like, if you're one to start with me, like, I don't care how big you are, like, I will go back at you. But I probably shouldn't do that because one day I'm going to get punched right in the face. But I already have. So here's my story. So I was in college. This is the one and only physical fight I've ever been in. And it was a fun night. I was drinking Malibu out of the bottle, you know, doing my normal stuff. Malibu out of the bottle. Disgusting. I think about it and I want to throw up. So we were at my boyfriend's frat house, so Jake. And he didn't live at the frat house, though, thank God. But my best friend and her boyfriend lived at the frat house. So our boyfriends were frat brothers. And her boyfriend lived at the frat house, so we were there all the time. And we were at one of their parties, and we had to go to the bathroom. And all her stuff was, like, in his bathroom. So, like, she was kind of basically living there. So there was this line of girls in the bathroom, and she had to pee really quick, and she had to grab something. I forget what it was. But she said to the girl, she was like, oh, my stuff's in there. Can I just go in really quick? And we, like, walked in, and the girl behind the girl we asked got pissed. And she was like, who do they think they are? Like, cutting the line, like, talking mad shit behind the door. So my friend opens the door, and she's like, hi. She's like, I can hear you outside the door. Like, what do you have to say now? So then the girl started, like, going off, and then they were going back and forth. And I'm just standing behind my friend. My friend was, like, not like a fat girl, but she was big. So she can, like, really
heavy boned,
yeah.
She could do damage.
So I'm standing there and I'm just watching them argue, and I don't remember what I said, but I said something along the lines of like, you're a stupid bitch or something like that. And she reached behind my friend and punched me in the face. Like full on knocked me. My cheek was black and blue the next day. So my friend was in front of me. She reaches behind me, punches me. Before I even had a chance, my friend, like, grabbed her and just started, like, beating the crap out of her. And then, I don't know, again, I blacked out. I'm remembering bits and pieces and from what people told me. So then, somehow, like, the physical fighting stopped, and we all just started, like, screaming at each other. So then, I went to go throw my drink at the girl. And this kid grabbed my drink out of my hand. And I was like, no, give it back. Like, I want to drink it. Like, I'm thirsty. And he was like, no, like, I just watched you try to throw it on her. And I was like, no, I'm going to drink it, I promise. He hands it back to me, right all over her. And I got it on him, too, so I felt bad. But all over the girl. So then the physical fighting started. I had her, like, cornered up against the fridge. I was pounding the crap out of her. And then her friends ended up, like, I don't know how this happened. Again, so much was going on. My friend ended up meeting, like, the three of her friends outside because she saw them trying to leave. So she went outside and, like, went around the house and was like, now what? So she fought 3 girls. I'm not even kidding. This is how strong my friend was. She took on 3 of her friends.
Oh, hell
outside
no.
in the snow. Outside in the snow. Yep. And then the other 2 girls we were with, like, we didn't see them once. They dipped. They were like, bye. So you know who your true friends are if you turn around and you're in a fight and they're not there.
No, it's true.
But
girls, like, in a frat house,
ugh.
And like, waiting for a bathroom line, like, that's, like, damage
control, yeah.
Like, it gets bad.
And
it gets really bad.
I don't think she realized she was fighting 2 of the girlfriends of the frat brothers, so she got kicked out respectfully, was not allowed back. But yeah.
Sucks to suck.
I woke up, my knuckles all bruised, my cheek was all bruised. From what I was told,
you did good.
I won, yeah. Again, we'll never really know because memory shot. I woke up on my friend's couch and I was like,
isn't it crazy now that you'll, like, pass a girl and you won't even recognize her?
Oh, I would she could punch me again in the face and I wouldn't know who she was. That's how, like, blacked out I was and how it's just so stupid, you know, like,
it's so stupid. Girls with bathrooms are ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
One time I was literally at a bar Okay, I was by myself, again, very drunk. And when I had to pee, okay? When you drink, you have to pee. And your drunk mind makes you think that you can't hold it for another second.
No.
So I was at a bar, and there was only porta potties. So, like, I went up to a girl, and I was like, hi, like, I really need to pee. Can I please just come in with you or go behind you? She looks at me dead in the face and goes, shut the fuck up, you fucking bitch. And, like, I was like, what the fuck? She goes, wait your fucking, like, time, and, like, wait the fucking, what'd she say?
Like, wait your turn?
Wait your fucking turn in line. And I was like I don't even think I said anything back, because I was like,
You're probably the woman was so shocked she couldn't speak.
I was in shock. Like, I was so nice, and I was like, can I just,
I hate people like that. Like, I would be like, sure, come on, like get behind
there's
me.
Either, like, this is what the thing with drunk girls. You either get the ones that are so nice, or you get the ones that literally you want to fucking just,
like, the devil inside.
Karate kick them, and you just want them to just, go away.
I hate girls.
Girls are bitches,
so
honestly.
The girl I fought with in Miami, is, if we have time for another story. This one's, like, it's interesting. So, we're at this one, like, bar. And this was the one we were at, like, a lot, like, for most of the week, because it was open till 4 a.m. So we're there. We're just hanging out, having a good time. My friend, like, acknowledges, and we look over. There was this girl, stripper, only porn star, whatever you want to call it. She was, like, very famous on OnlyFans. And
Stripper.
God, I don't even know how to say this. Like, her ass was more noticeably fake than Kim Kardashian's. Like, to the point where you don't do that to your body and not expect people to look at it. So we weren't, like, hating or anything. Like, we just all looked. We were like, oh, she got a fat ass. Like, okay, nice. And then my friend, like, we were just, like, chilling, drinking. She was, like, recording us, like, having fun. The girl walks over with her phone, the flash on and all, recording us. And she's like, look at these thirsty bitches, like, looking at me. They want to be me, blah, blah, blah. So my drunk self stood up, and I was like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? I was like, nobody was recording you. I was like, get your head out of your ass. So me and her started, like, going back and forth at it, like, on the verge of, like, punching each other. Like, Jake had my arm like this. So then her friend was, like, holding her back, and my sister and her friend were, like, trying to talk it out. And my sister ended up saying, like, dude, nobody, like, had beef with you. Like, we were just looking at you because, like, you looked good. Like, we weren't hating on you. And she was like, wait, really? And we were like, yeah, like, we're not those kind of people. Like, we're not sitting here like, ew, like, look at her. Like, I swear to God, that's not what it was. Literally.
She's insecure.
She has to be. Because clearly you're worried about the way people are looking at you. If you went and do that, and if you fight with people about it. Well, ended up, she was literally 2 seconds away from punching me, and then she goes, oh, so we're cool? And we were like, yeah. She goes, okay, tequila shots. And that was it.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Her friend was a stripper too, or an OnlyFans girl too. They followed us on Instagram, and then I started getting, like, really, really weird follow requests from, like, creepy old men. So yeah.
I want an OnlyFans for my feet. Now that we're on that subject.
Her content was pretty explicit, so I'm assuming she makes good money.
Yeah.
Like, her Instagram.
With that ass.
Yeah. Like, her Instagram was a soft preview, and her Instagram, I was still like, ugh. Like, I feel like I just had sex with her from looking at her Instagram. Like, that's how, like, yeah. But, I mean, that's the thing. Like, if we have a misunderstanding, like,
just talk about it.
Just talk it out. Like, I'll be so cool. Like, that's fine. The only time in my life I've been that close to punching somebody in the face, and then not even 3 minutes later, we're all taking shots together.
Yeah.
And smoking hookah together.
I love hookah.
It was the best. We went to a hookah bar. But it was in the middle of COVID, too, so they have to give you, like, your own individual, mouthpieces now and stuff. Yeah. Have you ever thought about it, though? Like, it took COVID to do that.
Yeah,
like, before COVID.
Hookah's very
disgusting.
Contaminating.
Like, even at hookah bars before COVID, you just pass the same pipe around.
Yeah.
It's like, nobody ever thought this was gross, but, like, now that there's, like, known germs in the air, now we're going to say it's gross? Like,
no.
Hello?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Very bad.
All right. So, we are now going to talk about a time that we have been ghosted. If any of you can relate or don't know what ghosting is, what is ghosting? It's just like someone stops talking to you. Like, you're a ghost. Like, goodbye. kind of, right? Like, how would you explain ghosting in simple terms?
I don't know. I just ghost.
Yeah. Like, there's no, like, I feel like there are going to be some people who don't know what ghosting is, but, like,
just like,
they just drop you.
They're in your life, and then they just drop you like you just never met anything.
Mm-hmm. Like you're shit on their shoe.
Yeah.
So.
I don't. First. I don't have. Okay, like I really like. I can honestly say like I feel like I've never been ghosted. But
lucky.
I haven't been, but that is because I really haven't been with a lot of people. I keep my circle very small.
In other words, she's not a slut.
No. You're welcome, Mom.
Sorry, Mom. I really hope my parents don't listen to these podcasts.
I really don't think my mom does.
I don't think my parents do either, but if they do, sorry.
Just look cute. So, I mean, like, there was, like, this one time that this guy said to me that he wanted to hang out on this specific day. So, like, you know, like, I got all ready, you know, shaved my legs, moisturized.
Normal girl prep, you know.
And then he just never showed up.
Did you guys talk that day?
I don't think so.
No, it was just kind of planned.
It was just planned.
Interesting. That's the worst. I'm sorry. Like, if you... There's that's the thing. There's two different kinds of ghosting. There's, like, ghosting by, like, stop texting you, stop calling you. And then there's ghosting full on, like, we had a plan, and I just didn't show up.
So that was the kind of ghosting I had because, like, we talked after that. But, like, that specific day, I was, like, waiting on him and just never got that call. So
that's ghosting. I think that's ghosting. Mm-hmm. He didn't bother to call you, text you, no contact.
Yeah.
He was a ghost. Didn't exist.
Yeah.
Men are trash. Mm-hmm. I feel like guys ghost more than girls do, though.
Oh, 1,000%.
Because I feel like girls get more, like, emotionally involved in things.
Girls get attached very easily.
Yeah. So I feel like for guys, like, ghosting is just what they do.
Yeah, something they're proud of. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
But then when you're confused as to how they ghost, they're like, oh, it was never that serious anyway. And it's like...
Yeah, like...
Which leads into my story. So, I was in high school, and I was talking to this kid. We were, like, talking, like, for a while. Like...
We were, like, talking.
Like, the whole shebang, you know? And it was fun. Like, he was a cool kid. He was friends with some people I knew. Lived right by my best friend, so that worked out.
Convenient.
Very convenient. Told me how much he liked me, how obsessed with me he was. He wanted to date me, but like he had gotten out of like a relationship, like a long relationship. So neither of us were like interested in a relationship, but like we agreed like we weren't, you know, doing other things with other people. So I was like, okay, like that's fine. And I liked him a lot. And we talked for months, like every single day for at least 3 months. Hung out, hooked up, everything. 3 months straight. All of a sudden, like, it was like a random Tuesday or something, and he just didn't text me, like, all day. So I was like, what the fuck? In a way. I was like,
it's
literally.
It's a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday. Like, what are you doing today? Literally hooked up 2 days before this. I'm not even kidding. 2 days before this. And I don't hear from him for a day. So I'm like, okay, weird, but, like, we're not dating. Let me not be crazy, and I'll see if he texts me tomorrow. The next day comes. I still didn't hear from him. So at this point, like, I didn't hear from him text message. He wasn't active on any social media, nothing. I was getting, like, worried at this point. I was like, maybe, then I was like, we're in high school. Maybe he got his phone taken away, but I was like, do people still even do that? Like, I don't know. I was just telling myself a bunch of different scenarios to, like, try to make myself not upset. But I was also really good friends with one of his friends. And I asked him, I was like, have you heard from him? And he was like, no. Like, I literally haven't heard from him in 2 days. I was like, okay, now I'm worried. Like, now nobody's heard from him. Like, this is weird. So I'm like, at this point, I'm texting him. I'm like, dude, like, what is going on? Like, where are you? Like, can you answer me? Can you answer your friends? Like, somebody just let us know you're, like, alive, basically. I didn't hear from him again for another, like, day or two. Till finally, you ready for this? Are you sitting down? He posts a Snapchat with his ex-girlfriend in his arms, cuddling her, kissing her, and guess what the caption was? Guess who's back? Not me. Can you guys believe that? Like, he full on got back together with his ex-girlfriend and ghosted me for like 3 days. But here's the best part. I got the text message like 4 days later, and it was like, hey, I know you're probably hurt, but like, I just love her so much still, like, all this shit. And he's like, you know, I never wanted to hurt you. He sent me this whole long thing, and my response was, good luck with that. And I never spoke to him again. And I went to Disney 2 days later, so, I mean, I was thriving, but...
Why are you always going away when something happens to you?
Every single time. It's like God doesn't want me to have fun. He's like, oh, she's going on vacation? Here's a breakup. Like, sprinkle a little spice on it. No, but can you guys believe that? Like, full on. You see, that's the thing, though. I'm that kind of person where you just need to talk to me.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Don't play me like that.
Don't play me like that. I see on Snapchat
that is such a high school thing to do. Like,
I was sick.
Guess who's back? Like, that makes me nauseous.
Sick to my fucking, like, hugging her, like, kissing her. Oh, my God. I was nauseous.
Are they still together?
Yes, they are still together to this day.
No.
To this day, yes, they are still together. And this was probably 7 years ago.
Oh, it was meant to be.
It had to be, yeah. So that's why I'm like, okay, whatever. They were clearly each other's soulmates.
Clearly.
But what I don't appreciate is you telling me how much you like me in my bed 2 days ago, and now you're just gonna ghost me and get back with your ex-girlfriend. That's fucked.
She's spilling the tea.
All the fucking tea.
There's no more tea left.
That was all of it. No, this,
wow.
Oh my God. I can't.
That's insane.
And he's like, it's funny because that's the worst ghost story I think I have to date. But he's like that person I just forget about very often. And I'm like, oh, I talked to him. And I'm like, oh yeah, he royally screwed me over. How can I forget that?
Yeah. No.
So yeah.
What a nice man.
See, that was like the only, like, my emotions were involved in that, and you just ghosted me. That's not like we were texting for 3 days or like messaging on Tinder, and then you stopped replying. Like, no, you were literally hooking up with me 2 days before this.
Yeah.
And 3 months prior to that. So make it make sense.
Just high school boys.
High school bullshit is what it is. And you know what? He was another kid that went to Paramus Catholic. The kid that cheated on me in France went to Paramus Catholic too.
Don't date a boy.
Don't date a boy from PC. God. I thought Bergen was bad. No. I got screwed over by the PC boys. Dirtbags. All of you are dirtbags.
She's so angry about it.
You know what? I haven't talked about it in so long. Because, like, I don't talk. Like,
she's venting.
I'm so angry about it. It's something I never actually sat and registered. And now I'm sitting here registering
like,
it.
What the fuck? Like, why'd you do that?
Like, that happened to me. Like, you know what? I'm the shit. Like, who are you to do that to me?
Yeah. Say it louder.
I'm the shit.
Yeah.
I do that to you. You don't do that to me. God.
Bye.
But yeah, so I was royally ghosted. I hope you guys are very happy together.
She's not bitter. She's not bitter.
Not bitter. I'm not bitter. I'm better. It's okay. I'm so mad. Okay.
She needs like a minute to cool down.
I really do. That was like taking it all the way back. High school.
Which was like yesterday for Haeleigh.
It feels like yesterday.
She's a baby still.
Am I 23? Yeah.
When did you graduate?
In 2016, yeah. I was 17 when I graduated high school.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Mm-hmm. I graduated in 2014.
That's sick.
Like, 2 years will be my 10-year anniversary. Like,
I graduated in 2016, yep. Tell us about your favorite childhood memory.
Okay. My favorite childhood memory was what we talked about before, was going to Hershey Park every year with my family. But recently, that memory really took a turn because I found out Hershey Park is fake.
Oh, you told me this. Yeah, this is upsetting.
Like, I'm sorry if you're listening and you didn't know about this, but it's fake. So all I remember is just going inside the little factory, seeing all the chocolate, smelling it, and it being heaven. Apparently, that's fake. It's foo-foo. It's water. It's colored water.
It's not real chocolate.
Who does that to a child?
That's like the ultimate
betrayal.
Fuck
Is
you.
that the word?
Yeah. Betrayal.
Like, literally just stab me in the heart, why don't you?
Because why don't they just use real chocolate?
Flies.
Oh.
I don't know. Why don't we call up the fucking Hershey Park factory and ask them? Because I've been lied to my whole life, and I'm very upset about it.
I never knew that, too. Wow.
It's, like, actually very upsetting. And
that's a masquerade.
I feel like I was robbed of my childhood because of that bullshit.
Hershey's fake.
I've had so
Fake
much
friend.
fun. I had so much fun there with my family every year. And I was like, it would be such a good idea and like such a fun idea if we go back there, you know, as adults. Not anymore.
Because it's fake.
It's fake. Foo-foo. Bullshit. Fi-fi. Chi-chi.
You're just making shit up now.
Bullshit. That's what it is. A lie. It's all a lie.
That's not fair.
It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair
How'd
at
you
all.
find that out?
Stevie's family told me this.
Oh. Where'd they find that out?
Because they just knew it was common sense, apparently. How did I not know? I don't know. How?
I fully thought it was real chocolate this entire time.
Because why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? You're at the Hershey Park factory.
Who would sit there and say, like, colored water? It's like,
No.
shit.
That's not why I came here. I came here to smell the chocolate, and I want to
Wait,
dive
so how
into
does
it.
it smell like chocolate then?
I don't know. Ask the scientists. I'm sure they have a way.
Spray, like, scents in the room or something?
I don't know.
Like
I don't know.
airflow?
I don't know. These are just some Google questions we have to ask, or we have to call Hershey Park themselves.
They're going to be getting a phone call from us. Stay tuned.
Maybe next episode.
Yeah. We'll give you guys an update if we have one.
Yeah.
They may not answer us. We don't know. We'll see.
So wrong. You don't mess with me and my chocolate. I love chocolate.
I feel like you don't mess with chocolate. Like, period.
You don't mess with chocolate.
Like, why would you do that? Well, yeah, now it ruins the whole appeal. Like, now why would I want to go back?
Exactly. To go on the rides, I'm like 25.
Yeah.
I don't even fit on them anymore, probably. I don't know. All I remember is just the factory. Yeah. So I'm upset.
I'd be upset too.
Sorry if I crushed your dreams of going there with your child.
Mine is also a destination vacation. You can probably guess what I'm going to say.
It starts with a D.
I used to go to Disney all the time with my family. We used to go every other year. It was me, my sister, my mom, my dad, and my Nana and my papa. This story specifically just sits in my brain because I was 6 years old and I still found it to be probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. So me, my sister, my grandpa, my dad, and my mom were all waiting in the lobby. We're waiting for my grandma to finish getting ready because we were going to a park, and she was taking quite a bit of time. And we're sitting there, my grandpa's getting antsy. He's like, "Where's Bev? Like, what is she doing?" Getting all angry. And he goes to the room and he's like trying to hurry her up and stuff like that. And he comes back and he's like, "She can't find her sneakers, like blah, blah, blah." And my grandpa's like looking down at himself. Like, he keeps looking at his shoes and he's like, "Was I drunk when I bought these?" And like looking at my dad, like, "Yeah, those look a little feminine, Ed. Like, what are you wearing?"
He had her shoes
He
on.
had my grandmother's shoes on. So while she's in the room screaming, looking for her shoes, and we're all like, "Come on, Bev, like, what are you doing?"
Bev.
He's wearing her shoes.
Frickin' Bev, come
It
on.
took so long for him to notice because you see him just glancing at them for a very long time, and he's like, "I must have been fucking drunk when I bought these. These are really feminine."
What a poor soul.
They were his wife's shoes. So yeah, he apologized, obviously. We were yelling at her and trying to rush her, but so funny. She's like, "I can't find them anywhere. I don't know where they went." Yeah.
Gotta love grandparents.
You gotta love grandparents. They're the purest souls on this planet.
Some of them.
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. All right. Well, thanks for joining our podcast this week, and we hope you enjoyed our throwbacks.
Yeah. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Don't Overspill Podcast, and you can find us on YouTube. Where are we on YouTube?
Don't Overspill Podcast.
Don't Overspill Podcast.
Just search it, and then you could see our beautiful faces.
Bye.
Bye, guys.